Good morning, dear students. In today's class, we'll start the next module, module number 5, that is joint probability distribution. So here we have seen in the previous class only the probability distribution. Here we'll see a joint. So what do you mean by joint here? So in the previous class we have seen only a probability of only one variable, that is either x or variable y we have seen. But here we'll see the probability of two variable or more, that is jointly finding the probabilities of two variables. So joint probability of and joint distribution if x and y are two discrete random variables. So in the previous class, model, we have seen only x is a random variable or purely y is a random variable. Only one variable we have considered. But here what we'll see here, we'll see a joint of two variables. That is, if x and y are two discrete random variables, we define the joint probability function of x and y by probability of x of event x and probability of capital Y from that event small y is equal to function of xy, where f of xy satisfies the condition. So both function of xy should be a positive, that is greater than 0, and summation of x as well as summation of y of function of xy is always what here 1. So the second condition means that the sum over all the values of small x and small y is equal to 1. Suppose capital X is nothing but of event x1 x2 so on xm, and capital Y is equal to y1 y2 y3 so on yn, then probability of capital X of xi event and capital Y of yj event is nothing but what here, f of xi comma yj, denoted by j of I, means joint of ij, means I belongs to x and j belongs to y here. So joint of ij, it should be observed that f is a function on the Cartesian product of set x and set y, as we have x into y is nothing but what here, the set x1 y1 comma x2 y2 comma so on xn yn. F is also referred to a joint probability density function of x and y in the respective order. The set of values of this function is given by f of xi comma yj, which is nothing but joint of ij for I from 1 to m and j is from what here 1 to n, is called joint probability distribution of x and y. These values are presented in the form of two-way table called the joint probability table. See here, I had taken one of the table which is most very important for solving the examples also. So here table, so this horizontal line what we have, it is a values of y, which is a value of capital Y is y1 y2 y3 so on yn, and capital value of capital X is what here, x1 x2 x3 so on xn. Now this table value is presented in the form of a two-way table called joint probability table. So the value of x1 and y1 can be written as jointly j of 1, this one, that is a suffix of x, that is 1, and j of 1. Similarly, j of value of x will be 2, but value of y will remain 1 only. Similarly, j joint of 3 comma 1, that is y value will remain same. Similarly, what happens here, j of m1. So next here, while writing x1 and y2, j of x1 and y2 means 2, j of 2 2, then j of 3 2 so on, j of what here m2. So while writing here it is j of 1 3, j of 2 3, j of 3 3, so on, j of m3. So like that this table will be continued for the data, and here the nth form of y with x values are nothing but jointly written as j of 1n, j of 2n, j of 3n, so on, j of mn. So here what happens, we have to add these values, j of 1 1 plus j of 1 2 plus j of 1 3 plus so on, j of n 1n, and it is considered as sum as f of x1, and this is considered as f of x2. This is considered because this is summation of x3 means f of x3, so on. So here it is what here, f of xm. Similarly we have to go vertically also, addition. So we have to write the summation here. So j of 1 1 plus j of 2 1 plus j of 3 1 plus so on. So it is a value of what here. So I will consider another function g of y1. So this will be g of y2, this will be g of y3, so on, g of yn. And the rule says what here, if you add the summation of this sum, if you add with this semester, this result will be always 1. Okay, so this proves your condition. What condition we have seen in the previous this one? The summation of xy of f of xy is equal to 1. This proves the table value also here directly. If this is not coming 1 means this what probability table is there, it is not a perfect, it is not a fit for this given two datas here, or the what values we have taken may be wrong. So because of that the two summations are not turning 0, or if it is not turning 1, so we can say that it is not a probability distribution function also. So next we'll see the next concept is marginal probability distribution. Marginal means these marginal values. So this is a margin here. So for y1 y2 y3 so on, yn is a margin, and with respect to that what here, this g1 g2 g3 g4 so on, gn is the margin for both, and x1 x2 x3 are nothing but with this, with respect to this, f of x1 f of x2 f of x3 so on are nothing but what here, marginal values for this. So here, so marginal probability distribution in a joint probability table, f of x1 f of x2 f of x3 so on, f of xm respectively represent sum of all the entire in the here in the joint probability table, f of x1 f of x2 f of x3 so on, f of xm respectively represent the sum of all the entries in the first row, second row, third row and mth row, and g of y1 g of y2 g of y3 so on, g of yn respectively represent the sum of all the entries in the first column, second column so on, nth column, so which represented what here, x of x1 x2 so on xn, which is nothing but f of this is xm, f of x1 f of x2 so on, f of xm. Similarly y1 y2 y3 so on, yn, so g of y1 g of y2 g of y3 so on, g of y. So these two are nothing but called what here, marginal probability distributions. So we should see that the this how to prepare. So these are the margin of your horizontal values and vertical values of the given probability distribution, joint probability distribution table. So it should be noted that this f1 of x plus f2 of x plus so on, f of xm will be always, summation will be what here, 1. Means from the table you will see that addition of f of x1 plus f of x2 plus f of x3 plus f of x4 so on, f of xm should be always 1. Similarly the summation of g of y1 g of y2 g of y3 so on, g of yn should be also what here, 1. So I have written that once again here. So f of x1 plus f of x2 plus so on, f of xm is equal to 1, and g of y1 plus g of y2 plus so on, g of yn is equal to 1. So this in general can be written as what here, summation of I from 1 to m, summation j from 1 to n, function of xi comma yj is nothing but jointly it is 1 to m, summation of 1 to n, joint of 1 ij is nothing but 1. So this is nothing but a concept of a marginal probability distribution. Now we'll see what is independent random variables. The discrete random variable x and y are said to be independent random variable if probability of x, y of y, the result of this should be equal to multiplication of probability of x into probability of y. Means the result of probability of x and probability of y should be equal to what here, multiplication of what here, probability of x into probability of y. If these two conditions satisfy, means both LHS is equal to RHS, then we can say that the x and y are independent if each joint of ij is the table in equal to the product of its marginal entries. Otherwise x and y are said to be independent. So here, by if it is not coming same, so it is dependent, and if the resultant are same, it is considered as what here, it is independent random variable. Next, very important results here. So we have to remember to prove the examples here: expectation, variance, covariance and correlation. So problems are based on expectation, variance, covariance and correlation. First one will see what is expectation. Expectation is nothing but if x is a discrete random variable taking the values x1, x2, x3 so on xm or xn you take, having probability function f of x, then expectation of x denoted by e of x. Expectation is one more name, is nothing but mean of the given random variable x also. So if x is a discrete random variable taking values x1, x2, x3 so on xn, having probability function f of x, then expectation of x denoted by e of x or mu of x. This mu stand for mean of the given data and is denoted by the relation mu of x is equal to expectation of x, and it is given by summation I from 1 to n xi into f of xi. So we'll get means from the marginal table, if you see here, so we need to multiply, means we have to take the summation of what here, x1 f of x1 plus x2 f of x2 plus x3 f of x3 so on. If you add the data, then that summation is nothing but is going to called as what here, expectation of the given variable. Similarly, we can find the values for, similarly expectation of y is going to be considered as mu of y is equal to e of y, which is nothing but summation from j to 1 to n yj of g of yj. Okay, similarly for marginal value of your y variables. Okay, so two formulas you have to remember, what is mu x and what is mu y. Similarly, what is the covariance, we'll see now. So covariance is given by if x and y are, this capital X and capital Y are random variable having mean mu of x and mu of y respectively, then the covariance of x and y denoted by COV of capital XY. So in short, covariance is written as what here, COV of xy, and is defined by the relation COV of, that is covariance of xy is equal to summation I summation j of xi minus mu x into yj minus mu y of j of ij. Or I want to use, instead of this formula more easy way, this formula I want to prefer more, that is covariance of xy is equal to expectation of xy, means expectation of capital XY minus mu x into mu y. You know that mu x is nothing but expectation, that is mean of x, mean of y, and what is this mu of xy? It is summation of ij into xi into yj into joint of this. Means this is nothing but one, I will show here by using the previous table. Means we have to take to find this summation of ijk of xi yj. So we have to take this xi one, this what value will get here, this value and this. all three values we have to multiply plus, then first value, this value and this value we have to multiply. Similarly we have to complete the table, and from that we'll get what here, E of xy. So if I take one example it will be more clear, but remember what is covariance of xy? It is expectation of xy minus mu x into mu y, where expectation of xy is nothing but what here, summation I summation j xi yj of jij. So in this way the covariance formula is described here. So better we'll use the covariance formula as expectation of xy minus mu x into mu y. Similarly the variance formula is given by, that is symbolically variance is nothing but square root or your square of standard deviation, that is sigma of x square, it is denoted by, or v of x also, or rho x square, I can say it is rho x square, which is nothing but expectation of capital X square minus mu x square. And variance of y is given by expectation of y square minus mu y square, where expectation of capital X square is given by summation of I from I to n x square of, means the what value of x is, small x is there, we need to square that, then we need to multiply with f of x. Then summation of y square into summation of y square is nothing but summation of j y square into g of y. So in this way, so we need to get the value of summation expectation of x square and expectation of y square. These value we have to apply. Mu of x, that is the mean, whatever mean we will get we have to square it. What is the mean we'll get of with respect to y, we have to square it, we have to add, we'll get the variance of x, variance of y, and with respect to this variance we can find the standard deviation. So standard deviation is nothing but, it is nothing but a square root of your variance, that is a rho of x is nothing but square root of variance of x, and rho of y is nothing but square root of variance of y. So this is directly we'll get from the variance only. If you take the square root of that variance, we'll get the standard deviations. Now finally the correlation. The correlation of x and y is denoted by rho of xy. This is rho, which is nothing but the area. We are going to find the area of that relation. That rho of xy is defined by the relation as rho of xy is equal to covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So here the example is very important. They will ask find the correlation between x and y for the given data. So at that time, so to find the correlation we need covariance. To find covariance we need what here, your expectations. To find expectation we need mu. So all formulas are very important. So we need to remember what is expectation formula for x and y, what is variance formula for x and y. Then we need to, from the variance we can conclude what here, correlation, which is very important for examples. So these are the main concept from the joint probability. So with the help of this concept we'll see the examples as well as the few important concepts in the future class.